Saltwater Guide with Kelly Girl today. It's Thursday. Ask Kelly Girl questions on Thursday. She's super excited to be here today. She wants to say hi to everybody and thank you all for watching all of our videos and all of our shows. We really appreciate all of you. And it's Pacific Sport Fishing Alliance Thursday. We'll talk about Larry and the company up there in Alaska and down in Lopez Mateos during the show. And Kelly Girl and I are super excited to go with Pacific Sport Fishing Alliance up to Alaska in the first couple of weeks of September. The trip's already sold out. Those of you that waited, you're not going to get to go with us. And I apologize for that, but you guys waited too long. We sold out the whole trip at the PCS show. We're going to give Marley a little pod right now, Kelly Girl, so he can eat and hang out while we're doing our show. And gang, if you have a question, you want to talk to Kelly Girl, or you just want to say hi.
Kelly Girl, we should just be honest with everybody. Kelly Girl isn't I'm not feeling all that great. I have a very bad toothache. And excuse my hair. If anybody can know what viral video I just referenced, remember that? Excuse my hair, but my lips be popping. If you can reference what video or you can tell us in the comments what video I just referenced. It's one of my all-time favorite viral videos. It's hilarious. I love this little girl. I'm just going to say, if you can tell me or put a link to the video, you will win. You get to pick one item from your Saltwater Guide store. Any item, let me know what it is, and I'll get it ordered and send it to you.
There you go, gang. That doesn't get any better than that. There you go. And if any of you men know that video, you're going to get canceled from our website. But I'm sure your wives know the video and your daughters know the video. Cute. Check it out. Yeah, but I'm sorry. The guys that are fishing on our website probably don't know what video you're talking about. But that's okay. It's Kelly Girl's show on Thursday. She can do whatever she wants. So she, as usual, John Stanley has the first question. And listen, gang, a lot of you don't understand. 949-374-0786. Text the show. Ask Kelly anything you want, or you can just make a comment. We got Jason doesn't understand what video you're talking about. So thank you, Jason. That's good. You can still go fishing with Pablo. You can still go. You can stay as a member of the website. That's good.
Somehow, I don't know about the whole, what do they call that? Copyright. I don't know. We'll have to link that video somewhere on your page because it's just adorable. But anyway, it's okay.
We'll get in trouble for that, I'm sure. But yeah, Kelly Girl, you tell everybody one more time. A lot of people just tuned in. What video are you talking about? They don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
I know, it's okay.
All right, you guys lose. You missed it. That's why you want to be on right when we go live.
You gotta be quick.
You don't want to miss out. Do you want to read a question? Listen, gang, text the show Thursday. Talk to Kelly Girl and Dave. You can text Kelly and she'll answer your questions if you want. If you just want to kick back and watch and laugh at the questions that come in, that's fine too. Whatever you guys want to do, we're here for you on Thursdays, and we're talking fishing with Kelly Girl or anything you have to ask her. How does her hair look so bitchin'?
Oh, today is really bad. It's still wet.
It doesn't look bad at all.
All right, we don't have a question yet, but John Stanley is asked. Oh, okay. This is from last week. I wasn't on the show last week. I don't remember why, and I apologize. But
Ryland's saying hi.
Hi, Ryland.
He's watching from his dad's boat. He's making videos today for Ryland's Corner.
Hi, Brent. Great show last night. Ryland, yeah, you're on spring break, right? Okay, just making sure. I know your mom wouldn't let you play hooky from school. Anyway, hi, Ryland.
But Ryland's starting the new Ryland's Corner on the website just for your children, gang. And there's going to be a whole bunch of videos at your Saltwater Guide just for your children so they know how to catch fish when they go fishing with their mom or their dad. And Ryland's making videos today to start adding to the thing. And oh, Jeanette's on here. Jeanette went grunion hunting last night.
I saw the pictures. I saw the picture of the law enforcement officer with you, Jeanette. That was awesome. That was so cool. Isn't it the best thing? I'll tell you, the first time Dave took me, we went to Doheny. And so this was a long time ago.
Back when Kelly liked me.
Back when I liked Dave, that was a really long time ago. But then after that, you took me grunion hunting. It was the craziest thing. It was like the grossest thing, but the funnest thing. I don't think I laughed. I laughed so hard. Just grabbing. I just remember just grabbing the grunion, and they were all slimy and like flinging out of my hands, and then we would put them in the bucket. Now I just can't believe that you're only allowed 30.
It's crazy.
It's unbelievable. We were just getting them by the handful
For no reason at all.
We had buckets. It was awesome. But so glad you went, Jeanette. It's such a blast. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't done it, I strongly recommend you do it. Take your kids. It's a blast, right?
Absolutely. I think it is. I have a ball doing it, turning people onto it. Kids, my children, pooping my pants on the way to grunion hunting, just all the different things.
I wasn't there when that happened, thank God, but you can tell that story another time.
Yeah, it's story time. But gang, you can text Kelly. She's getting a few questions coming in. If you know that video, you can send her a link to my phone at 949-374-0786. She's going to give you a free whatever off the website. I don't think any of us are going to know what video she's talking about. I pray that you don't. Send us your questions, gang.
Taco Bell and grunion. That's right, Josh. Josh, our Iowa buddy. All right.
Checking in on
we
your
don't
son.
have any questions.
Okay.
But this was a question from last week, and like I said, I don't remember why I wasn't on, but that's okay. This was a question for me. John Stanley asked, if I were forced to change hairstyles, or trade hairstyle, and had to trade with anyone or trade any hair with either Amir K, Jeanette, or Steven Tyler, who would it be? And of course, I'm going to have to say Jeanette because she has so much hair. I dream about having hair.
You don't think you'd look hot with Amir's hairdo?
Well, Amir's hair, he's just hot all around, and that works for him. Steven Tyler, his hair is a little scraggly, but I definitely go with Jeanette for sure, 100%.
Wow,
but Amir's
Jeanette,
hair,
look at
Amir's
you,
hair is
girl.
really good on him, but I think Jeanette, she just has so much of it, and it's so beautiful. So
wow,
she's beautiful too. So,
gang, if you want anything, if you can't figure out what video Kelly's talking about, you can send that question into the phone. We're not going to read your questions off the wall.
That's it.
You got to send your questions into 949-374-0786.
How many times did the grunion run per year, Dave?
They run every single month. They don't post that they're running every single month, but it's all about the tide and the moon. So if you go and you look at, they're running right now, tonight's the last night. Look at how the moon is and the tide is. Then they have months where this is the first month you can catch them and take them home and use them for bait. This is the very first month. They had other months that you can go down and look at them. Pretty much that's what they're headed for anyway in the United States of America. They do not want us fishing, period. They want us to go look at fish. I don't know how you look at fish in 800 feet of water, but I'm sure the administration today can tell us the way because they're super intelligent. So I'm sorry. I'm at a boiling point now.
I love Jeanette. Jeanette, she's the best. Okay, let's see. Somebody asked me if I have to read a book to you to put you to sleep at night. No, I don't. Dave goes to bed way earlier than me.
And I fall asleep instantaneously. I fall asleep quick because I believe this is wise, because my whole life I got up at 2:30, 3 o'clock every morning and worked till midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, went to sleep for an hour, got up and worked again. And I did that forever. Kelly girl was with me for 16 years of that. And it was an amazing lifestyle that I
don't know. Yeah, it was amazing for you.
I never slept, ever got an hour or two of sleep a day. Now I sleep so hard now that my ear actually hurts when I wake up in the morning. I don't even move.
And God forbid I have to wake him up in the middle of the night, because he's a spaz, and if I
I always think
I know.
On the boat.
If I just will say, Dave, and I'll just try to gently pat him, he's like, "Ah," and he goes crazy. And like, you know, if my face is in the way, I'm going to get punched.
Forever, my whole life, when I got woke up, it was because there was a major problem going on the boat.
Yeah.
Something that was about to go down, or something has gone down, or something's going down. Because if I actually had fallen asleep to the point where I slept hard and you had to wake me up, I would be shocked. I would wake up just panicking, just full stress, panic, like you can't even believe. I wasn't very many days where I slept peacefully because I worried about the bait, the water conditions, the weather, the boat I was driving, the zillions of systems on the boat, the deckhands, having to be a psychiatrist and a counselor with them, and the cook, and everybody's feelings were hurt all the time. I mean, I grew up in a world where your feelings didn't flipping matter. You just had to work, period. Nowadays, everyone's feelings matter. It was so hard to wrap my head around. That happened about 10 years. Even Kelly's feelings matter. It's hard to understand that.
No, they
from
don't.
the world I grew up in. Thank God I don't have to do that.
So if anybody's considering dating or marrying a captain or somebody who was a captain back in the day, you better think about that long and hard, because anyway, so Dave, what's going on in the fishing world?
Oh my God, Donald Craig Brockman's watching.
Hi, handsome. How are you?
Donnie, woo! We got to bring you back on the podcast here real soon, because you're just so much fun to be around and talk to and
He's a
share
blast.
old stories.
Oh my God, his lovely wife is just a doll too. We love them both. They need to come.
Yeah, Donnie, you spent a lot of time worrying about other people's feelings when we were out there killing stuff. Yeah, that's for sure.
He's so sweet, though. He's so sweet now. What happened to you? How come you didn't get sweet?
I went to work for his partner, Mike Thompson. Now he taught me how to treat people.
Oh, he taught Mike Thompson. Oh my gosh. I mean, okay. Anyway, so Dave, what's biting? What's going on? We're talking about grunion.
I'm reading the comments.
I'm
I'm gonna get it. What's biting? Rock cod opens on Monday. Monday's opening day of rock cod. One thing you can always plan on: opening day of rock cod's probably going to be the roughest day of the year. It's been that way for the last 3 or 4 years. But the really good news is, and Donnie, you'd love this, and I know you know, but now we don't have to worry about catching a bunch of vermilion rockfish, which is the fish everyone wants. Now we only have to worry about catching 2 of them. It's going to be fun to tell everybody you got limits of rockfish on the first drop. It's just the most incredible, stupidest thing I've ever seen. We got the great Wayne Coda from CCA, California.org. The man, the myth, the legend is going to be here tomorrow to explain all this crap. And I don't have a better word for it but to say crap that's going on right now with this rockfish closures. And then another thing that'll really make your day, you get to only catch 2 redfish, 2 vermilion rockfish, and the season's going to close on August 16th instead of September 16th. How cool is that? I think that's just so wonderful. Now, it's not actually closing. I know you can fish deep water, but here's the rub, Don. And I know you did this for years, and I did it with you. We go catch some rockfish in the morning when it's flat, glassy, calm, and then we go into the beach and go catch our white sea bass or halibut or yellowtail or barracuda and all that. Can't do that anymore in August when it matters, in September when it matters, because if you get caught with a redfish on the boat and you're fishing barracuda, you're going to go to a federal penitentiary. But you can go to Target and steal $900 worth of stuff, and that's cool. So how bitchin' is that? What a great time to be alive in the United States of America.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
How wonderful is that? That is so cool. Like I told my friend today that got a ticket this morning on his car for parking his boat in his driveway, washing it, and part of the boat was hanging out in the driveway. He got a ticket for that. So what I told him is, here's how you approach that. You fight the ticket, you go to court, and you tell them, I just want to know what the fine is so I know exactly how much product to steal at Target to cover the fine. That's all you're there for, because I understand that it's a big offense to park your car in your own driveway. So you just need to know how much you're allowed to steal at Target so you can pay off the ticket.
Don't steal, folks. That's against the law. Don't
No, it's not in
listen to this.
California. It's not.
Well, it's still against the law. We don't want any repercussions. So anyway, hello, Darren, and hello to your beautiful daughter, gorgeous son, and your even more gorgeous father. I'm sorry, I just had to say that.
Wow.
Your dad's a doll. Your dad's a doll. So nice. Spent so much time talking with me at the show.
Can you imagine there was men at the show, Don Brockman talking to Kelly? I know it's hard to believe.
You're gonna talk to me. I can't even get you to talk to me. Come on. All right, ready. Let's go. Come on, Dave.
I'm just reading the
Focus,
comments.
Dave.
Okay, you got to
Dave,
send them to
Dave,
the phone or I'm going to get a
listen,
spanking.
When you see dolphin pods,
Yes.
what type and symptoms of dolphins do you stop and troll to see if they are holding fish? This is from Matt.
Well, first of all, you're going to be water temperature. If the water's below 65, there's a pretty good chance you're not going to find any tuna hanging out with the dolphins. The dolphins that we're looking for that are going to have tuna are going to be what we call common dolphins. And it's a great story Don Brockman and I tell about when we figured this thing out. We were working together and we were the only guys with these 2-meter radios. Greg Beaker, Don Brockman, and myself. Donnie was running the Freelance, Beaker was running the Thunderbird, and I was running the Seahorse, and we had these 2-meter radios. But we were watching Tribute to Tuna at Don's house when we figured out, Donnie said it, he goes, hey, look at the way those dolphins are acting. That's how those common dolphins are acting out here. We didn't know. And everybody that says they knew, they didn't know. In 1981, that's when we broke the code on this dolphin in Southern California. And for like a month, we didn't tell anybody else what we were doing. And the three of us were just wailing on these yellowfin. And then we got caught one day in the fog off of Laguna. And that's when everybody found out how we were doing it. But yeah, it's a phenomenal story. Brockman has to be on the show to back me up on this. But the common dolphins are the ones that are holding the tuna. You're going to drive through them. Once you figure out the water temperature is warm enough and there's going to be a chance that there's tuna on it. If you see some tern birds out in the front of the pod of dolphins picking bait off the front of it, that normally is going to tell you that there's some tuna on it. Also, when you drive around through it, you're going to have your fish finder, your photometer set at 200 feet, and you're going to see the dolphins are going to look like big streaks on your fish finder, on your photometer. And then in the middle of those streaks at probably 100 to 120 feet, you're going to see boomerangs that almost look like sand bass. Those are going to be your yellowfin tuna. Once you identify what part of the dolphin pod that they're in, that's when you try to figure out how you're going to do this. Now, if you have a bait tank full of bait, like the Freelance or the Seahorse or the Thunderbird did, you can stop in front of them and slow the pod or slow the school of tuna down. But if you're on your private yacht, you don't have a phenomenal amount of bait, there's a couple ways to do it. We talk about it on the website, yoursaltwaterguide.com, and we'll also talk about it here on another day on another show.
What if I find a pot of porpoise? What do I do?
There's no such. Okay, if you find a pot of porpoise, you're in Alaska.
That really gets him. Whenever you say porpoise, Dave's gonna give it to you. So
you're up in the Arctic Circle, and there's a small group of porpoise that live up there called Dall's porpoise. There are no porpoise in Mexico. There are no porpoise in Southern California. There are no porpoise in the Gulf of Mexico. There are no porpoise on the East Coast. They're called dolphin. And nothing pisses me off more than even hearing these experts, these guys that are in the IGFA Hall of Fame that call the animal porpoise.
Who's in the IGF Hall of Fame that calls them porpoise? Just tell.
No.
Okay.
Because they'll call me. They're watching. They're going to call me, and then they're also going to punch me when they see me.
Oh.
And they say, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean. Okay, my car's a Maserati.
No, it's not. Okay, David. David, this is from Tim Ogilvy. Hi, Tim. Thank you so much for all the cool treats you give Marley all the time. Who was your first professional sponsor, Dave? I know. I think. That was a long time ago.
Well, back when
Your
Patrick...
professional fishing sponsor, I'm sorry.
Back when Patrick G used to be with Shimano, he used to come out and bring us rods and reels and give them to us to fish with. that was kind of a cool time to be
Who
alive.
was your first paid fishing sponsor? I guess I don't know, or just who sponsored you first? Would it be
Akuma,
Akuma?
absolutely.
Akuma's been there with you from day one.
Akuma's been with me for a very long time, and that relationship was spawned because of Todd Manser. And I remember where I was at the show when Todd Manser brought me up to meet John Bretza, and this was a long time ago when they had a bunch. They didn't have the Makairas yet. They had a bunch of reels called Catalinas, and they had this.
And we wish the Catalina. I do. I love the Catalina.
Those Catalina reels were
awesome.
epic. They were like a Squidder Junior, and we started using those, and then we started using those. I can't remember the name of the rods, but they were blue. Remember, they were painted blue. They were epic, and with the Catalina on there, and those things were bitching. And I remember Kelly Girl and I sitting down with the first allotment of money that we were given to buy the product, and we sat in our living room in Laguna Niguel, and that was in Tribuco, Canada.
That was in Tribuco.
And we picked out all the rods and reels we were going to get, and it was like Christmas for us.
Akuma has been such a great supporter of you from day one, and so generous, and their products are phenomenal. I mean, I don't know them like you do, but I know you have a huge arsenal of Akuma products up there, and they have done, I mean, they're amazing as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I know you love them too. You really do love them. It's not, you don't just say that, you really do.
When I fish with all the different Akuma reels, and the Tesoro series reels now are like my very favorite. And then I pick up another company's reel, and it just feels like an anchor. It feels like a rock. It just doesn't feel as good in my hands. I mean, I'm spoiled that I got to follow the development of the rods and reels with Akuma, but now when I touch other people's products, it's really weird in my hands. They feel like I said, an anchor or a big weight. They don't have the smoothness, the gear ratio, the star drag, the power handles, all those different things that matter so much to me and my fishing. So thank you for bringing that up. Thank you.
And their products are, I don't know, I know today's not Akuma Day, but their products are affordable. Like,
yeah,
they're not like,
first of all, they're very, very good, and they have super high end, and you can go up to $1,000 for a reel, or you can go down to affordability of a reel, which is going to catch just as many fish like the Avenger series spinning reels that I talk about, and I made those videos with, and we've used them on many, many of our trips, and we've caught yellowfin, we've caught white sea bass, we've caught yellowtail, all that on the Avenger series spinning reels, and they're a great reel to have on your boats. But there's just so many great products, and thank you for bringing that up, because Pacific Sport Fishing Alliance, Larry and I are putting together a package of rods and reels for you and I to bring up there. He's putting them in the trailer. We have to have them in there by May so that they're up there for us to fish with in September. But we're going to have some really bitchin' rods and reels to fish with up there. Straight Makaira and the PCH extra heavy rods for when we're fishing those halibut and those big lingcod. It's going to be epic.
Thank you, Mrs. Hot Rod. Look at her. She is just such a great supporter.
Thank you very, very much, Jeanette. Thank you.
Our little zoo here. Thank you, Jeanette. You're a doll. We love you, and we just are so appreciative of everything you do for us.
Yes, we are. And all of you.
So our animals, if they could talk, they telling you they love you.
And everybody that supports us.
Everyone.
We're blown away
and
every day.
Josh from Iowa. I'm gonna say, I just wish I could say, hey, I wish I could give him Riley's address and say, can you go check on my son for me? But Josh, you're gonna get, I just picked the Komodo. That's what he said. Josh loves his Komodo. That's what I love. Anyway, if you can just go on your Saltwater Guide store.
No.
Yes, Josh is
He didn't ask the question on the phone.
He answered another question. He got something right. I'm running this show
Okay.
here. I'm in charge. Josh, pick out whatever you want on Your Saltwater Guide store. Just message us, message Dave here on the phone, wherever, and I will get it ordered for you today. Okay, so do that for me, and I'll get it ordered for you. Thank you for answering that question. He asked he knew the answer to your sponsor.
And those of you that are bringing up all these questions and all these comments on the, I can't lean forward, I'm going to get a spanking. So Those of you that are leaving comments, I'm not allowed to read them anymore, so just understand, we're not ignoring you. Kelly Girl does not want me reading those. If you have a comment you want us to read, you got to send it to my phone.
So Josh, send it to Dave's phone, what you want, what it is you want, if there's a size, and your mailing address. I need those 3 things, and then I'll get you taken care of, okay? And thank you so much, Jeanette, for everything you do. All right, let's see. Dave, when are you going to sell your saltwater guide gear and do seminars at Bass Pro Shop in Irvine? Who watched or who was there at the opening? Was it an opening or
the grand opening last night? Pre-grand opening. Today it opened again. Last night was the soft grand opening. They were overwhelmed. Here's the thing though, I talked with the manager and I talked to them and I tried to explain to them that you're not in a freshwater world when you come to Orange County. You're going to be in the saltwater world. We support a lot of tackle stores in the area. And I told Bass, and I know, who am I to say a word about anything with our little bit of followers and everything. But I told them that you needed to focus more on the saltwater thing and less on the freshwater. And I was told by Ben and Steve and Justin and Will that were there last night, and Brian, that the saltwater section at the Bass Pro Shops was overwhelmed with people, but very, very small area. So I think they're going to come to an awakening that the freshwater thing in Orange County is not the way to go. There's not a lot of bass lakes. There's not a lot of stuff to do there. So hopefully they start to expand that.
And we want to thank Justin for doing the live show last night. That was so
giving
cool.
us that tour of the Bass Pro
Justin,
Shops before it opened.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, go to your Saltwater Guide Facebook page and you can see the store. Before the millions of people got in there and all the stuff happened, we got a special tour last night, a half an hour before the grand opening. It was pretty special. Somebody
says, I know we're not supposed to be read, but someone said that's not true. Are you referring to, I think it's Steve, are you referring to the saltwater area at the new Bass Pro Shops, or what's not true? We're not sure. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but anyhow.
Whatever's not true, I'm sure I'm lying about something. I'm just getting told what I was told by the people that were at the store last night.
Because we weren't actually there, obviously.
So whatever I'm lying about, I'm probably lying about it, Steve.
No, stop. Okay. Dave, what are you most looking forward to on this trip to Alaska that we're going on?
Nature.
But
seeing the bears, seeing the moose, fly fishing trout. Yeah, going out there and catching a giant halibut or a big lingcod or that stuff, that's going to be fun. But I really want to go see all the stuff that I've never seen before. Living in Southern California, seeing grizzly bears, eating salmon.
Yeah, that's going to be so cool. But who are you excited about sharing this nature with?
All of the people that are going with us,
right.
But most and foremost, my beautiful wife, Kelly Girl.
Right.
Being on vacation with Kelly Girl is such a pleasure.
Yes, we're super excited.
She gets up super early. She's ready to go at the crack of daylight. And you are. And
we're
it's going to be
excited that
exciting.
the Lewises are going. I can't wait. No, it's going to be fun. Everybody that's going, it's going to be a blast.
If everybody could do me a favor and bring an extra blow dryer and an extra curling iron in your suitcase, because the suitcase Kelly's going to bring probably going to
if you
weigh
could
900
bring me a Hot Tools 1.25 inch barrel of curling iron, I'd be stoked, because I know mine.
Because you know the moose and the bears are they're going to be pissed if her hair's not perfect.
Oh, come on now. All right, let's see, everybody. Okay, and then Steve said he was referring to the freshwater comment, I think is what he said. He wasn't saying you're lying. He was just, maybe he's there and he saw that the saltwater area was nice. I don't know. You know me, I only got one gear. It's smart ass all the time. Yes. Oh my God, they have no idea. Let's see. So what delicious fish has Dave caught for you for your Good Friday dinner tomorrow? Well, we have some. What did you bring home from Lopez Mateos that you're going to cook? We've been making this scallop dish that's absolutely incredible. You guys, hold on. I got to put this down. You have no idea. Dave makes go ahead. It is, I'm not a big scallop fan. And I'm not a big fan of mayonnaise, but Dave makes this dish and he made it
night before
night
last.
before last.
But I made a 2 kilo.
Huh?
I made 2 kilos of it, so
Okay, I don't know what that means.
2.5 pounds.
Okay. It's delicious. It's delicious. Do you want to tell them about it or not?
Yeah, I sure will.
Because this is what we're gonna have for our Good Friday dinner tomorrow.
So what I do is I take mushrooms and brown onion, and I saute them with sweet butter, and I saute them for about a half an hour, 45 minutes. Then I take that and I dump it into a bowl. Then I take sweet Japanese mayonnaise and I put it in the bowl.
It's like Miracle Whip.
Then I take the scallops and I pour them in a bowl. Then I whip it all up. And I whip it all up and I get it all mixed up together with the scallops, the mushrooms, the onions, and I mix it all up. Then I lay steamed rice on a cookie sheet. And then I pour the scallop, mushroom, onion, mayonnaise over the top of that. Then we bake it in the oven for a half an hour at 350 degrees. Pull it out. The rice is crunchy because it's cooked on the cookie. Oh, I spray the cookie sheet with olive oil so that nothing sticks to it. And then the rice is very crunchy.
Oh.
And then.
Well, did you say who makes the rice? I make the rice first. I boil it. Did you say
Yeah,
that?
Kelly boils water like
No,
you can't even comprehend how well she boils
my
water.
white rice. Like in the beginning, I couldn't make white rice to save my behind. Now it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Anybody, if there are any Japanese or great restaurants out there that need a rice cooker,
Kelly girl's in there.
But anyways, go ahead. It's delicious. This recipe, Dave will do a YouTube video or a video on this recipe. We'll have him go through step by step. You'll love it.
I would, but Kelly fed most of my scallops to our cats.
I did, but you'll have to.
I know, I can't believe it.
But tell him why. So we'll get the recipe out.
I don't know why, to be perfectly
tell him
honest.
why.
Oh, because you didn't want to cook my lobster.
Because I want us to be out of scallops, so Dave has to go back to Lopez Mateos, i.e. he's gone from here. Okay, that was the method of my madness. I need a break from you sometimes.
All right.
We all need a break from you. We love you, but you're big of a handful. Okay, but we'll do video. That would be super cool.
Wow. Can you believe that?
I'm just keeping it real, right? Just keeping it real.
Yeah,
and
Josh's wife just bought a rice cooker. He's like, what a scam. Yeah, you could just boil some water. Kelly
I boil 1 cup of hot water, or I boil 1 cup of water, and then I pour in 1 cup of raw rice, and I let it cook for it's a 5-minute rice that you can get anywhere, and it comes out perfect. So, and then I season it with Lowry's garlic seasoning, garlic salt. So, all right, enough about that. I feel like the show is really out of control today.
Out of control.
Kind of like our lives. Okay, will Justin be doing any live fishing shows now that lobster season is over? This is from Matt Ryan. Hi,
Matt, that's a great question. And Jeanette and Dave are helping out with some camera gear, and also my good friend Ron, who's been in the rock and roll industry for a very long time. We have some big time producers and some big time companies coming at us right now wanting to be a part of this thing, because when they looked at our numbers for what we did this winter with the lobster, most networks don't have the numbers for the year that we had on these live shows. On 64 trips, Justin set some of the most incredible numbers for 5-hour shows that are just mind-boggling. So we have a lot of people coming at us from a lot of different angles. And if you know anybody that's in the industry, here's the biggest thing. Companies like Netflix and the network TVs are all looking for content. Well, now they've taken a look at what we have and they go, wow, with Dave's smartass mouth, Justin's ability to actually catch stuff, this is a hit show. This is a big time hit that no one saw this coming. The numbers are extraordinary. The average night was 20,000 watched live, 150 to 200,000 or 150 to 200,000 watched minutes a week. which was just an incredible number. We couldn't imagine what happened. So we caught some people's attention. We got some people, and then Justin was in the TV world for a very long time with his TV show called Venom Hunters. So he's got other different angles. Jeanette and her husband have a camera that they want to get Justin. So there's all different angles we're looking at. The biggest thing for us is that Starlink will work phenomenal, but Starlink costs a phenomenal amount of money to stream. If you're just going to have Starlink on your yacht, and you're going to use it to send text messages or look at Facebook or something, and you're just looking, that's not going to take up a lot of terabytes. But if you go stream live, all of a sudden that just eats the terabytes. Yeah. The thing we don't have as fishermen is a lot of extra money lying around.
And then if you have a wife, you really don't have a lot of extra money. So, hi, Daniel.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right? Or a wife like me. I'm just kidding.
Okay, right. So do anybody have any questions? I mean, I'm just trying to be honest. We are sitting on a powder keg here on this live show, and it's definitely something is going to happen, gang. We are going to do it.
Oh my gosh.
Something's going to happen.
Okay, we have a great question here. And I'm not sure who this is from, but they must have known the story back in the day. This person wants to know, how do you catch one of those California penguins? Can't afford Alaska right now. How do you do that? How did you catch? You caught one.
We didn't catch it. Rick Dosberg and Kenny Nielsen caught it on the Sun Fund.
Oh, that's right.
Fishing at Clemente Reef.
What did you catch though? You caught something weird. I thought you were in on the penguin thing.
No, I was just a snot-nosed little kid. My buddy Rick Dosberg and Kenny Nielsen caught a live penguin, real live, honest-to-God penguin.
It was in the newspaper, wasn't it?
It was on the news. It was in the newspaper, and it ended up living at SeaWorld for,
and it just,
20-some years. They say it must have jumped off a freighter or something because it was like a pet. It was super tame.
Poor little guy.
Because when the people showed up to see it from SeaWorld, they told Rick Dosberg he didn't have a penguin. And this was before cell phones or magic or the internet or anything. It was all done on a payphone and an office phone. And then Rick finally talked him into coming. They sent the truck from SeaWorld up to Dana Point to get the penguin. Rick met him out in the parking lot. And the guy that drove the truck told Rick as he was walking down to the boat, I don't want to burst your bubble. You probably have a loon or a cormorant or some type of a tern, but I just want you to understand, sir, that you do not have a penguin. There's no way you guys physically caught a penguin in California. It didn't happen. I don't want you. And as he's telling him that, they're walking down the dock. The guy walks onto the Sun Fund. Rick's all, it's right here. He walks over, he looks in the bait tank, and he goes, oh my gosh. And Rick's all, what? He goes, you have a penguin.
The pictures are priceless.
And they named him Petey the penguin, and we'll throw up a picture here in the next couple weeks.
And thank you, Josh, for not asking that question here on Dave's phone, because I would have rescinded my offer to you. Yeah, he was going to ask how it tasted.
Yeah. Tasted like penguin.
Okay. Anyway, Josh, no, please don't forget to send me your stuff. Jeff Lopez from Riverside, he's asking, he uses Bonine to keep him from getting sick. What else works as well?
Well, here's the thing with any seasick medication that you take. Let's just say Kelly Girl and I are going fishing tomorrow. And if Kelly Girl was susceptible to seasickness, she isn't. But if she was, and one of my sons is, my older son was in the past, you have to approach it like this. You're going to take a medication that your body isn't used to. You don't want to take it the day you go fishing. That's just too late. If you know you're going to go fishing tomorrow, you should have woken up this morning and taken the Bonine. That gives your body a chance to react to the Bonine and get used to it in your body. And the pills last 12 hours. So you take it, let's say you got up at 6 o'clock this morning. You take it at 6 o'clock this morning. You go about your day, because Bonine doesn't make you tired. So you do your day, and at 6 o'clock tonight, you take another Bonine. Then tomorrow morning, when you get on the boat at 6 o'clock in the morning, you take another one. You have to do it like that if you want the chemicals to work in your body. The biggest problem most people do is they get on the boat, They haven't eaten this pill all day. They haven't tried it at all. They don't know anything about it. They start to feel crappy. They eat the pill. Then they throw up.
Yeah.
And then the pill didn't do anything. You have to give your body 2 days. I'm sorry. I don't care what it says on the package. I don't care what your sister's, brother's, aunt's cousin who's a doctor told you. He doesn't know. I know. We've fished our whole lives. I'm telling you, your body has to have a chance to react to the chemicals in the pill. And then the scopolamine patch that goes behind your ear, I know they're almost impossible to get anymore. Most people aren't subscribed. But if you know someone that can get you the patch, that patch works epic. I've even seen the patch pull people out of sickness. But with the patch, it's another thing that you have to give your body a chance to get used to. You never want to take the medication the morning of your trip. That's just suicide.
So in like just regular people's, like, I'm just a regular person, I'm not a fisherman, blah, blah, blah. Dramamine, I'm not like putting it down. Don't take Dramamine. That's the worst you can do. You're going to be.
It's going to knock you out.
Yeah, it'll knock you out. So God forbid if you are taking your own boat out, you're.
It's like taking
try the bonines, but do it like Dave said, a couple like the day before.
No, you got it. You can't try it.
And
you
then,
have to do it that way.
And then if you are taking your children with you and you're worried about them getting sick, first of all, number one, don't mention anything. Don't mention the word seasick, because why?
You can make your child sick. And then here's the biggest problem I've seen in the 50 years of doing this for a living is then you already talked to them about seasick. Then all day you're doing this. Hey, are you feeling okay?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
You're looking a little peaked. Are you sure you're okay? And they didn't even know. And now, I'm sorry, it kind of worked out the way that thing that happened a couple of years ago in the United States worked out. Now you've put the fear in them of thinking that now they think they have to get sick. I used to tell teachers and I know it's hard for you to believe, but I used to go to schools and talk to children. And I used to tell the teachers, lose that word. Don't use the word seasickness anytime at all where you're taking children or anybody, your friends, family, anybody, because you can talk them into getting sick. You can make kids puke in their desk if you start telling them that they're going to get sick. And the same thing worked out for that thing a couple of years ago. I don't want to get banned. We won't call it.
But it really does. I believe that, if it's in your head, you're going to believe it and it's going to come true. So bonine, but do it a couple days before. Dramamine.
Give your body a chance to get used to it.
I remember I took Dramamine once and I was out for the whole fishing trip. It was awful. Dave, changing the subject. Thanks for your question. That was a great question. Dave, did you, what's going on with Dan Hernandez? How did he do with the donations? Was he able to,
Dan says, this is from Dan himself, because I asked him, he said that we raised about $600 for him, which I thought was kind of disappointing. And the people that I talked to had all said I knew at least 6 of our members that told me they gave $100. So maybe the calculations are wrong or whatever, but Dan says he's got about $600 so far from your Saltwater Guide show that he was on. Now, how do you track that now as we're so far away, 3 weeks away from when it was on? I don't know, but he said he had $600 worth of donations. I'm not questioning if that's the number. I'm not saying it is or it isn't. I'm just saying that's what he told me.
If people have like some gear that and I'm sure you mentioned this on the show, if they have gear that they would like to donate, how do they get that to him?
Just send me your phone number or just text me. Tell me you want to get with Dan. You want to send Dan some stuff, because I'm not going to go over here and get on the computer and bring up the QR code that we had before. Just send me a text message at 949-374-0786 and I'll get you connected with Dan Hernandez right away. And believe me, anything at all will help, because all he does is take children fishing. It's super important. And don't forget, gang, thank you for mentioning that, Kelly girl, and the question about Dan. Tomorrow is going to be a big show. We got Wayne Cota from CCACalifornia.org. Wayne's going to be on the show for the whole hour. We're going to do our best to answer as many of your guys' questions as you have. Listen, this is the man. He goes to every single meeting. He is the guy standing in the gap. He is the guy that is trying to make sure that we can take our kids and our grandkids fishing. He gives back. Like, if you figured out what he makes an hour, he's making less than 10 cents an hour. Okay, if you figure all the hours he's out there fighting this fight, and he's doing it for the passion and the love of fishing. I don't know anybody else that could even do what Wayne Coda does. But Wayne's going to be with us tomorrow, and you can do what you're doing today with Kelly Girl and I. You can send us in your comments. We'll read them on the screen while we got Wayne with us. But tomorrow's going to be a very eye-opening conversation with Wayne to tell you all the pressure that the fishing industry is under in just California alone. Wayne's not covering Alaska. Well, he has a lot of information about all the other fisheries because he's in all these meetings. But you will all be blown away when you find out all the things we are fighting on a daily basis. And at the end of the day, gang, it takes money. We, as fishermen, we don't have any. The corporations and the people that we're fighting, they're so well funded. They got zillions and zillions of dollars. They got so much money behind them that we need to give and give and give if we want to keep fishing open. And we got to stop voting party and start voting process. And the process right now absolutely sucks because it's controlled by the other side, the side that wants to close everything. And I don't understand how you can be a fisherman and vote for the other side. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it.
No. But I have to duck out early today. I just want to say to everybody,
where are you going?
Thank you so much for your.
Who sent her a message?
Yeah.
It's a hell message.
Oh, I got a message from Wayne. I was good. Anyway, no, thank you guys so much. Brent, we're going to do a video of the recipe for the scallop recipe. It's phenomenal. I don't know. It's up to Dave wherever he posts it. Jeanette, thank you so much for everything. Josh, please send me your info. And what else?
You're bouncing out.
I told you, you're lucky you got 15 minutes. He was kind of being a brat earlier this morning. So no, I'm just kidding. You were being cool.
Oh my gosh.
But you went grocery shopping and didn't get anything I needed. And I gotta go grocery shopping now. Okay. Kelly, what is your favorite saying? Oh my God.
On one of Dave's shirts or hats.
That would be, oh my gosh, probably your sister's, brothers, cousins, aunts, whatever. That's probably my favorite. I like that one. That's probably my favorite. Absolutely.
All right. So I can read the comments now. Kelly's.
I gotta bounce. I guess the young people say I'm gonna bounce.
All right,
bounce. Hi, Mr. Burris.
Dave Burris, nice to see you, gang. I want you to make sure that tomorrow it's going to be all hands on deck. It's going to be super important to be involved in this show tomorrow, and for all of you to share the living bejesus out of tomorrow's show, because a lot of people are walking around with misinformation. And that's one thing you're never going to get with Wayne. You're not going to get any misinformation. You're going to get to know what's really going on. Yeah, go.
One more question. When will Amir be back on the show?
He said he'll come on anytime. So if we're requesting Amir, then he's coming.
Amir, please.
I just talked to him an hour ago. I sent him that video.
Jeanette and I really want you on the show. Right, Jeanette?
I just sent him that video, the Django one that I posted yesterday. Him and his buddies are doing a show right now, and they're all sitting in the room laughing about that video. They thought that was so funny, how they put that boat up on the cans and everything with 900,000 little pieces of wood, shims and everything.
Yes. All right, bye guys. Thank you so much. Thanks. Look at everybody. Look at people say goodbye. It's so sweet.
Oh, goodbye,
Bye.
Kelly.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Happy Thursday, and stay tuned for Friday's tomorrow's show. It's going to be awesome. All right.
Oh, cool, Tim. Thank you. It was a zoo last night there.
Yeah.
Kelly Girl and even was watching Wayne.
Hi.
Wayne put out a video last night, and we were watching some of our friends walking in that line to get in. We were pretty blown away. But thank you guys for making Kelly feel at home today. Thank you very, very much, everybody, for watching our show and sending in your comments and your questions to Kelly Girl. That means a lot to me. That means that you guys actually care and you're listening and you're paying attention. And I appreciate that, because Kelly Girl's got a gnarly toothache right now and she doesn't feel that good. So I wanted to make sure she was on the show. She's talking about a video, a makeup video some little girl made. Then, Robert, that's what that's all about. But gang, we got to talk about the game plan this weekend and what's coming. We got massive storm. This one's a whopper, gang. Those of you that are living on the foothills in California, they're talking 6 inches of rain possible Saturday afternoon and evening and throughout Sunday. And then the wind is going to be absolutely unbelievable, the amount of wind. So you want to look at the game plan that's going to come out this afternoon. I got Al, Justin, Pablo all giving me a little bit of information, but the only day you're really going to be able to fish is going to be Friday. Pablo caught a 30-pound. He's saying 40-pound. It looks like 30 pounds to me, but he said he weighed it. It was 40 pounds yesterday in front of Mission Bay. So he's given the spot there where he caught that. Justin's talking about the halibut biting up there in Long Beach, LA. Al's telling you all about the Back Bay. If you guys haven't become part of our website, you haven't figured it out yet, you might want to come check it out, because it's the information you get at Your Saltwater Guide is pretty damn spectacular, if I do say so myself. With all the great guides now that we have involved with Your Saltwater Guide, there's a plethora of information that most people aren't privy to, and they're never going to get privy to unless you're members of the website. So make sure you check it out, yoursaltwaterguide.com. And back to Pacific Sport Fishing Alliance. Larry, I cannot believe how quickly at the show we sold the trip out. And I've really apologized for those of you that aren't going to get to make the trip with us up to Gustavus, Alaska. But this QR code right here is going to take you over to Larry's website and let you see what he's got going on. He just purchased that hotel down in Lopez Mateos. So you're going to have an opportunity this spring to fish with me in Lopez Mateos. And we'll talk to the guys, and we'll get our scallops, and we'll get our oysters, and we'll get our lobsters, and we'll have some phenomenal fishing there. Those of you that are into big game, going offshore out of Lopez Mateos, you guys got wahoo, dorado, marlin, big groupers, and all that just outside of the Boca, the mouth of Lopez Mateos. And then inside the mangroves, you've seen all my videos. Well, you have an opportunity to do that with us coming up in the spring. Larry and I are trying to figure out the right dates, the proper time, and how to get you down there with us. It's an easy drive. It's a one day drive, or it's a 2-hour plane flight. You fly into Loretto, and then we pick you up with the van and take you over to Lopez Mateos from Loretto. It's about an hour drive, but it's a beautiful drive. You're going to see stuff that you've never seen before, just some of the most beautiful scenery, cruising along the coast of Loretto and then over the mountain and then into the town of Lopez Mateos. It's just Adolfo Lopez Mateos is what you're going to look up when you Google Earth it. Adolfo Lopez Mateos is how it's going to come up. And you're going to check it out. You want to, like Larry Hansen and I say all the time, if we only had one place on the planet left to be able to fish, we would be going to Lopez Mateos. It's that spectacular. You will all see that it is that spectacular. The thing I like most about it is if the wind's blowing, you can still go fishing in the bay. There's no waves. There's no swell. There's nothing. So you don't lose any fishing days. Like if you go to Loretto, or you go to La Paz, or you go to Cabo, if the wind's blowing, you're losing your fishing days. If you only have 3 or 4 days and 2 of them are scheduled to go fishing and the wind blows, you're done. Lopez Mateos isn't like that. You can still fish in the bay when it's blowing. So you don't lose days fishing because of weather. That is probably the best part about it. And then just the scenery and all the different things, and the sand dunes, and the mangrove fishing, and the snook fishing, and the offshore fishing is incredible. So check that out. Grab the QR code that I have up on the screen right now, or give me a shout out at 949-374-0786. And I'll give you all the inside information about fishing in Lopez Mateos. Unfortunately, the Alaska trip sold out, but Larry has other days up there. If you want to go fish with Larry and the boys up in Gustavus, Alaska, stay at his lodge. All that's possible. Just grab that QR code and check it all out. It's sold out, Mike Lewis. It is sold out. I'm telling people there's other trips they can go on through that QR code. They're not going with us on our trip. That's sold out. You're absolutely right. But they can go up there anyway. They don't going to get to fish with you and me or Kelly, Girl, and Jamie, but they can go up there and go fishing anyway. Larry's resort runs, our lodge runs for the whole 3 months up there. So you can go check it out, go up there on your own and check it all out. And then once again, gang, I can't emphasize enough how important the show tomorrow is going to be. The show tomorrow is going to be the eye-openingest show you guys have seen in a very long time. And we're very blessed that Wayne's taken a little bit of time because you can't even comprehend how busy he is. So he's going to be with us tomorrow. So many fishing clubs and so many organizations are tuning into tomorrow's show. I've gotten plenty of phone calls about it. People that aren't privy with the show and how it all works, what time it starts and all that different stuff. It's tomorrow at 12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. We're going to get to hear about all the stuff coming down the pipe for California and how it's going to affect each and every one of us. Freshwater, saltwater. It'll probably go over a little bit. It probably won't be an hour, it'll probably be over because there's so much to talk about. But make sure you tune in tomorrow. And if you can't make the live show, make sure you watch it afterwards on YouTube or Facebook. As soon as we're done with the live shows, then we put them out on the podcast goes live, or excuse me, the podcast goes out at 1 o'clock right after the show is done being live. And it goes out on all podcast carriers. If you don't know how to find it, all you got to do is go to any one of your podcast carriers and type in your saltwater guide, and it'll come right up there. And you'll go, oh my gosh, I can listen to Dave while I'm driving around in my car. How perfect is that? I'm just kidding. But you can listen to the show while you're driving around in your car, and you never have to worry about hitting the mute button because I don't ever never say bad words. Once in a while, I'll slip in a damn or a poop or whatever, but it's pretty clean show, pretty easy on your ears, pretty good to listen to with tons of phenomenal information. Thank you guys for making my wife feel comfortable today. Like I said, she's hurt. We're going to go to the dentist hopefully this afternoon and get this tooth taken care of. And what else? What else are we not talking about that we need to talk about? Oh, Monday's show. If the weather is still doing what it looks like it's going to do, Justin and Pablo and Al will not be out on the water because of the weather. So we'll bring them on the show. And if the weather straightens out and they can go fishing because everybody wants to go fishing, Monday's show will be all about rock cod and how to fish rockfish and how to do it and the new death restriction. Everything we learn from Wayne tomorrow, we'll be sharing on the show on Monday, and we'll also be sharing to you the proper way to execute the catching of rockfish and the limits and all the other things that are going on. So Monday's show will be dedicated to the opening day of rockfish. We'll be talking as much about rockfish as we possibly can. And then anything else you guys have, you can throw the questions up on my phone or on the side here. I'll answer your questions to the best of my ability. If not, we're going to wrap it up for the day. And Marley and I are going to go outside and play. And Kelly Girl is going to go to the dentist, I hope, and get this tooth taken care of because it's driving her nuts. But thank you all very, very much. Like I said, I'll take a few minutes to answer any questions if you have any. If not, I understand. Go back to work. Go get that money because all the people that are coming into the United States need your money. So get out there and work your butts off. Understand. They need their health care, their cell phones. They need to be able to squat in your house. So make sure you work hard today for them. And thank you all very, very much for watching this show today. And we will see you all tomorrow with the great Wayne Coda. It's going to be incredible. That's it. No questions, no comments. We're at the 1 hour mark. We're ending right on time today. Look at me. Nobody's got nothing. You got nothing? You're not bringing nothing to the table?